Hello. Hi there. It's me, the Flawless Fae. I'm here, and my son is here too, yes. He is here too. Would you like to come sit in my lap for a little bit, sir? Yup. Expected start of stream outcome. Come here. Hi. Oh my goodness. All of the redeems right off the bat. Oh, the buddy boy. The buddy boy. I give him a smooch. I give him a smooch. Oh my goodness. The purr. The purr. Okay, I'll have a spippy. Welcome in, by the way. I saw you were a first-time chatter. Ravioli is a blessing. He truly is. He is very kind and sweet. Oh, onto the desk he goes. Oh my god. Maybe a little less violent with the headbutts, sir. Maybe a little bit less violent with it, okay? You can give purr ASMR, but you gotta be careful. Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Dahlia. Thank you so much. And hi, Slagmite. Listen for a few years on YouTube. I've only been doing YouTube for like a year and a half. I only started on YouTube less than 2 years ago. So I guess that means you've been there since around the beginning. Gentle with the mic. Gentle with the mic, okay? You have to be gentle, Ravioli. Because we're trying to be relaxing today. No. No rip and tear. Oh, Merm, hi. Do you have to lick my forearm, sir? Hi. You don't need to just lick me constantly. Yeah, we're teaching him. He's learning. He's learning. He's gonna be the greatest ASMR artist in the world. He is. That's true. Another smooch for the boy. God, my hand is wet. He has been grooming me so much. My hand is wet. Hi. Yes, hello. We're eye level with each other now. You don't. I'm clean, Rev. I took a shower last night. Last night. Buddy. So, before we get too into things, I do have an announcement for you all. So, announcement, alright? Announcement. I have officially hit 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. It happened. We have officially hit that major milestone. That's huge. It's very exciting. Yeah, I'm super amped about it. And so we're gonna do a little celebration. Okay? We're gonna do a little bit of a celebration to mark the milestone of 25,000 subscribers. And so I'm announcing that right now for you all. On Friday next week, so exactly a week from today, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour live stream from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. And we're going to hang out with each other all day. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exhausting. I think it's going to be a lot of things. But before we got into the ASMR today, they will have no impact on my sleep schedule whatsoever, Squishy Siren. I stay up significantly later than that most nights. But I'm gonna be streaming for 12 total hours. And not everything's been fully decided yet, right? I need to figure out what's going into every time slot, but what I do know is there's going to be some live ASMR. There's probably going to be some karaoke, because I know you all like to hear me sing. And there's gonna be some Magic the Gathering. I'm gonna be playing that with a few friends and other creators. Am I having allergies right now? No. Well, maybe. I forget sometimes that I get seasonal allergies until it happens. And my throat has definitely not been super happy with me lately, so it's a possibility. I keep having to clear my throat more than normal lately. But we're gonna be playing some Magic with like Lilac Lorenza and a few other creators. We're gonna do the karaoke. We're gonna do live ASMR. We're gonna do my gotcha dailies. I'll be doing those on stream with you all. We'll be having lunch together. We'll be having dinner together. It'll be a good time. It'll be super, super fun. I really think so. God, I did wake up with a very sore throat today. I might end up calling stream early. Just for the sake of my health. Gotta save up the pulse. I've been pulling too hard in Zenless lately. It's a problem. Dinking for my health. I'm gonna do loud car. Yeah, we might just do one trigger for today, or one scenario, I mean. While I yap for a little bit, I'm gonna do some flutteries around the mic, just for fun, with my gloves. But I've been playing a lot of Zenless, and it's the gotcha game that of the gotchas that I currently play, it's the one that I've stuck with the most consistent. And I love it to death. It's very fun. But I made a very poor decision, right? I decided from basically the moment I started playing the game, when I saw the original leaked concept art for the Angels of Delusion, I decided I needed to get all three of them. But I didn't know exactly when they were going to release for a while, and there were a lot of characters that I wanted. Eventually they did release, with not a huge amount of warning beforehand. And I'm telling you, it's a fucked up thing when the game releases 3 characters back to back to back who are all part of the same faction, who are all each other's best in slot characters, who are all adorable as hell, and who do a synchronized dance together if you get all 3 of them. Angels of Delusion are an in-game idol group. Oh, I love their gameplay. I actually really do. If you have all 3 of them and you know their optimal DPS rotation, it's incredibly satisfying to get it right. And the way their skill animations change when they're together, the way that the way that they have a unique idol animation where they all dance together, it's so cute. It's so good. Not to mention the unique wallpaper and like extra stuff that it gave you for getting them all day one. And so like I pulled for all three of them. And I lost some 50-50s in the course of doing that. But I got all three of them. And then do you know what happened? Do you know what happened after I got Nangong? Cecilia released. Okay, that's fine. I like Cecilia, but I can skip Cecilia. Premiere. Oh my god, Premiere. I had like a plan when she first came out because I fell in love with her like super hard. Oh, Dahlia, that's very kind of you. But like, I was gonna get Premia, but I've lost my 50-50 and there's less than 2 weeks left on her banner and I'm like 40 something pulls away from guarantee. And I just feel like I've wasted all of my recent gacha luck on Star Rail. Okay, well I'm gonna show you who Premia is, okay? I'm gonna show you. You know what? I'm gonna do something. Hold on. 2 seconds. What if we went layers deep on the ASMR? What if we went too many layers deep? What if we did that? Let's see. Do I have anything problematic open on my computer that would compromise me? I had like tax docs open on my computer earlier when I did a screen share and I almost... Important PDFs are closed. No one will see my tax info. Hello. Hello, we're going in. Be careful. We're going in. Alright. So, one of the things that I was gonna do when Premiere came out was I wanted to do Premiere ASMR. Okay? I wanted to do that. Fucking Hoyo official beat me to it. They did it first. They beat me to it. What the hell? What? Huh? Official me Whoa, hold on a second. How many bits? What the hell? Thank you so much, Tyrannace. Like, how am I supposed to be goddamn MiHoYo official with the actual voice actor? It's good ASMR too. It gave me some tingles, right? We're going layers deep on the ASMR. We're watching an ASMR video. And also, I'm doing ASMR for you. I did some research on Hoyo's copyright and what they allow. This is technically transformative enough that they're okay with it, I think. Anyways, look at her. Look at this woman. This is Zenless's Bayonetta. That's like the easiest. She's so cool even then. What are you talking about? She's sick as hell. She's sick as hell all of the time. She's giving Bayonetta to me. She's fucking awesome. Like I know some people. Tyrannace, what the fuck? Thank you. Jesus. But I'm telling you, like, what is happening right now? I'm trying to talk about my gotchas and everyone's subscribing. I don't know. I fuck with it personally. Like I get that some people have issues with some of the recent Zenless designs, but I think it works for her. Why isn't she allowed to show skin? Why not? She's a remorseful killer that turns into a flat. She's not. Like, yes, she shows a lot of skin, but I think it's stylish as hell. I would wear that if I could. and I think there are ways that her character fits into her design in an interesting way. I think there's something to be said about the way that her outfit underneath the cloak, it reads almost as a bondage type of deal, and I mean that in a very positive way in this case, because so much of her character is that she's not remorseless, actually, at all. She hates the things she's done in the past, and she's constantly hopeful that the things she's doing now are justified, and I don't know that it is. And I think the fact that she's always wearing handcuffs, self-imposed, is reflective of that, right? She is someone who's killed a lot of people and is continuing to do more. And even if she doesn't always show it the best, she feels awful about it. And so I personally really fuck with her design, actually. I think it works well for who she is as a character. I really like it. I can understand why you wouldn't. It definitely doesn't read as someone who's come from the outer ring, which she did. But she's not in the outer ring anymore. She's a corpo these days. Ah, Jesus Christ. Are you two really just fighting over who gets to be VIP? Jesus Christ. Thank you. I know that some of the designs are kind of samey in a way, and it would be nice to get more variety. But I do really like the designs of Zenless characters, including the recent ones. I like them a lot, actually. Are there things I would change? Yes. But I fuck with them. I fuck with them hard. Like, hold on. We're just gonna do ASMR while I yap about gotchas. I think that's what's happening right now. We will do a roleplay scenario at some point, I promise. But this is just... Tyrannace. Dahlia. Y'all, it's so much money. You're spending so much. You don't have to. You don't have to, I promise. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, don't worry, I'm being mindful of myself, okay? So, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay? I'm gonna just straight up new tab. Don't think about how many tabs I have open. I don't want to hear anyone judge me or question it, okay? I will. You can't. You can't do that. What? We're on a level 6 hype train. No, level 7. Huh? Oh, don't worry, Builderbee. That's just one window. I have several windows with that many tabs. Oh my god, y'all. Y'all, we can be chill. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna just pull up a list of Zenless characters and we can talk about character design for a little bit. Okay? We can talk about character design. Because I do genuinely think there is something to be said about, you know, changes that have been made in the design philosophy. I don't know. I can see where you're coming from. I fuck with it. And I'm not. I mean, I guess there's a ball there. I didn't read that as a ball gag, to be honest. That's not what I read it as. I didn't really look too close at it. I think it's an interesting way to portray her character. I fuck with the moon patterns on her back. I think it's sick as hell. I would wear that. They do need more body types. That is one of the big concerns that I very much do share. Because there is something to be said about having certain limitations when it comes to 3D modeled games, right? Like I feel like a game like Arknights has more body types, although still mostly skinny women. But they can be a little bit more varied because it's 2D sprites. But Zenless, and of course I say that, but we do have bigger men in the game. Or at least in the Bear Thyrans we do. They basically are all skinny. Like one of the characters who's supposed to be read as very muscly and strong is Caesar. And I love Caesar as a character. I love Caesar. She has some twiggy ass arms. For someone who is supposed to be strong, she has some skinny ass arms. They could do better. You know, not to advocate for modding the game or anything, because Hoyo doesn't like it when you do that. But there are some good mods out there, I will say. No, that's the thing, because they basically just modify the same base model for basically all of the women. And that's lame. that's something that it could do better with. The other thing that it could do better with is having more diversity in terms of the characters' races. Because I don't know if you've noticed this from the brief scroll we have here. White. Pretty much all white. The only character with darker skin in Zenless is Nekomata. And that's barely. This is the darkest skinned playable character in the game. And that's a constant thing in a lot of Hoyo games and a lot of gachas in general. A lot of gachas in general. It's a huge issue in the industry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the darkest skinned character in all of Zenless. And it is very much because, yeah, they try to make all of the characters look white or East Asian, and that's it. See, you say that. I don't know how to express this. There are black people in Japan. They exist. They live there, even. They're citizens. Some of them born Japanese. They exist. They do. There might not be as many people of color living there as there are in other places, but like, they do exist. And I think it would be nice if they could see themselves in games. And I think it would be shocking if it never crossed anyone's mind to do something, you know? And so that is a major criticism that I absolutely will level at Zenless and Hoyo in general. Is that they should do more with different types of characters. Especially, God, in a game like fucking Genshin. Ah, yes, welcome to Genshin Impact's Egyptian area. This is Egypt themed. White Pharaoh. That's the design philosophy we're doing. Come on. Come on. So yeah, I would love it if Zenless did better in that regard. With all of that being said, the designs that do exist, I do, in isolation, broadly speaking, really like. Nekomata, she's cute as hell. She's adorable. She's silly. Gameplay wise, honestly, as far as like standard S rank DPS, she's pretty fun too. I'm a fan. There is something that's happened in recent character releases. Okay. Where the outfits do feel like they're getting a little bit samey. And I think that is also a valid criticism. I think it's less of an issue than some people say. I think there's more diversity in the outfits than people seem to be suggesting some of the time. But like, when we get to version 2, right? That's when people say the issue started. Specifically with a lot of characters having this outfit or something close to it. Dink my order in shrimp check? Copy that. But this outfit right here that Ishvan has is something that we see pretty often in recent Zenless characters, is this sort of design. And a lot of people are getting tired of this specific outfit, which, fair. There could be more diversity in the outfits. I still like the characters. I still think most of them are cute. I still think there's still some diversity. I love Yuzuha's design so much. That's adorable. That looks cozy. Is there a USB connection sound playing? I hear no such thing. I sincerely hope you're not all hearing a USB connection sound. Doesn't look like it's... Yeah. Hello, Rav. Hello, Rav. Do you want to look at gacha character designs? Yeah, we can judge them. We can judge them together. Yeah, in a vacuum, none of them are bad. Alice is cute as hell. I love her tiny bunny ears. I think that's great. Gonna come up, Rev? I'm a huge fan of Orphe's design. Oh, well now you have to come up, Rav, because someone just redeemed a Rav smooch. Orphe's one of my favorite characters. Oh, the boy. Oh, the boy. No, don't touch my ear pick. Don't touch my ear pick. Orphe and Magus are great, and they're also both plural coded as hell. To be honest. I did an audio where I was Magus, which is the tail, and the listener was Orphe. Hoya likes making plural coded characters. This is a thing that I like. What are the ear picks that Rav is so envious of? What do they look like? I actually have straight up an item in the scene that is designed to look like one of them. Item settings. Where is my Mimikaki? It's somewhere. I know it is. There it is. It's one of these. I have these. Ta-da! Perfect. Oh, yeah, I'm cloning myself. It's okay, that happens. That happens. So yeah, I have ear picks. Yeah, no, that's a thing that I do quite like about... How do I delete you again? I can never remember. I'll just go to my item settings and then remove all items. There we go. But Hoyo is always making plural coded characters. They're doing this all the time. And I'm a fan. You know, Orphe and Magus, two people sharing a body. Good times. Ye Shengguang just straight up canonically has DID. There are two Shengguangs. They are different people who have very different ideas about what's going on. And a big part of Shengguang's story is the two sides of her coming to terms with themselves and each other. She's so plural. March 7th, Evernight in Star Rail. Plural. They're always doing this. They're always doing this, and I think it's great. I think it's great. I really, really do. Yeah, I think some of the character designs are really, really great. I think there are some issues when you take it as a whole that do need to be addressed. But overall, I still really like the game, right? And I think it's still worth playing. Oh, I'm so very, very sorry. I'm fairly recently in Amphorius myself. God, I love Arya. She's so cute. This is one of the Angels of Delusion. This is one of them. Let me just move myself out of the way. There she is. She's a robot. She's self-conscious about the fact that she's a robot, so she projects a hologram of herself. Makes her look like a human girl. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's so baby. It's true. It's true. She's the best. She's adorable. Transgender. Transgender. Transgenderism win. Yay. Oh, thank you so much, Dahlia. Thank you so much. Just for context, since we were discussing Angels of Delusion before, here are the other two members of the idol group. This is Non-Gong. Big fan of Non-Gong. And this is Suna. And they're the in-game idol group. And they're very sweet. Their collective, like, story was okay. It wasn't anything super special as far as on the stories go. But their personalities and the goofiness of them all, this is a Looney Tunes ass group. This is a Looney Tunes ass group. I am a fan. They're silly goofy. It's good stuff. I don't know if any of you remember my shark ASMR, my shark maid ASMR, but that's a character from this game as well. Let's see, where Ellen? There, Ellen. There she is. Ellen's great. I'm a big Ellen fan. She's me-coded. She's me-coded, honestly. She's so tired all the time. She's so EP tired. All of the time. And also, shark. Shark. That makes sense. Ellen, they are tail stickers, yes. She put stickers on her tail. Ellen was the first limited S-rank character in Zenless Zone Zero. And so she was the game's kind of poster child when it first came out, and she still sort of is. She's a long time fan favorite. She's great. Is it smooth both ways? I don't need this Tumblr ass argument in my stream. I don't need it. Let's see. It's been a while since I've done my Ellen voice. And my voice is super tired right now, so... Okay. Let's see. That's about right. So this is Ellen, and I'm a huge fan of her as a character. And I like doing ASMR as her. I might actually open up a new poll with her as an option on Patreon sometime. Just as an excuse to play the role again. Thank you. This is the one character in the game that I have a skin for. This is a personal thing. I don't spend money on gachas, just as a rule. I have the skin for her solely because one of my friends knew that I liked the skin and gave me money, and for like my birthday this last year, gave me money and told me to use it to buy the skin. So that's the one time I've spent money on Sunless. How playable are these games without money? Well, they are gachas. They are designed in a predatory way that is trying to incentivize you to spend money on gambling. That is what gachas do. That's what they're for, right? But you can absolutely do the end game, White Wolf. Again, the only thing I've ever spent a cent on was this skin. And that was with money that was given to me. I am completely free to play otherwise. And I do the end game consistently. I do it comfortably. I enjoy it. Of course, I've also been playing since day one, so I'm incredibly familiar with the game. And I'm very much, you know, pretty stacked as far as a free-to-play account can be. Having said that, typically, if you play all content, right? Every patch has 2 banners. So 2 characters release every patch, right? And the way it works with me is if you do all of the content in every patch, you do all the events, you do your dailies and all of that, you can pretty consistently get 1 character every patch. That's the general average, right? It takes about 90 pulls to guarantee a 50-50 chance at a character, and then 90 pulls after that guarantees you get the character. You're not often going to be pulling all the way to 90 on both of those. So typically it takes about 120 pulls to guarantee a character. That's the usual assumption, is if you have about 120 pulls, you can usually guarantee a character. And the game typically in each patch gives anywhere between 90-something and 120-ish. So as long as you take a break patch every now and then, you can pretty consistently get a character every patch. Having said that, again, it is a gacha, it wants you to spend money, and I'm never going to outright say you should play this game, right? Because not everyone has the self-control to not spend money. That's what these games depend on, is that some people don't have that self-control. And I'm never going to tell someone, like, play it, just don't spend money, because it's designed to tempt you into doing so, even if you've resolved yourself not to. And not all of the skins, most of them. I have several skins other than the Ellen one, but most of the skins are paid only, yes. Rubaboli. Rubaboli. Hi. Come here. Hey, bud. All right. I got this boy. I got this boy. Yeah, Raph. Yeah, as far as skins go, there are usually, a few events that give skins for free. And then they become paid after that. So that's how I have a Monato skin, and a Jane skin, and a Vivian skin, and a Nicole skin. So I got them from the events. We love Sun Boy Boy Sun. Alright. So I've yapped while doing nonsense to the microphone for long enough, I think. It's about time that we, you and I, you and me, did some proper ASMR. So, we're gonna readjust my stream setup real quick. There we go. We're gonna do just one scenario for today, and then we're gonna call it because I'm feeling slightly black. Slightly black. So anyone who has any ideas for any type of ASMR scenario or a roleplay idea they would like me to play out, feel free to let me know and I will add it to a poll for you all. And then, yeah, we can do a little ASMR. Fascinating that I just had a viewer drop when I transitioned to normal ASMR rather than yapping about gotchas. Fascinating how that happened. New poll. Seeing some of the classics. Let's see. Mouse Girl. We have Pixie Box. We have Uma Prep. That sounds great. Gotcha character? Sure, I can be a gotcha character. Should I be a specific character that's excited you pulled her, or shall I just make up my own OC for something? Listener NPC observes speaker player respawning again and again. I'm not sure how to make ASMR out of that. Like how I just die and then come back and bratty cat girl? I can be a bratty cat girl. Sure. Or is that the gotcha character that you want me to be, a bratty cat girl? If we did that concept. We'll figure it out if it gets voted for. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, bratty cat girl is your own idea. Okay. Okay. Then we have a full set of options. We have a full set of options. I could be Kafka Honkai Star Rail. Use the return by death sound effect from ReZero. I don't have that just like on lock. I don't have that sound just sitting there, unfortunately. I could do it with my mouth. I could go, "Who are you?" Let's see. Huh? No, I put Mouse Girl on there, Dino Bird Girl. I put Mouse Girl steals cheese. Oh, wait, Dahlia. What did I miss from Dahlia? Oh, werewolf listener runs an Uma race. I don't know how I would make that ASMR. Unfortunately. I did see it. I just wasn't sure how to make a werewolf running a race into ASMR. You've both got the pink names. They both start with D. I do a little glance and then I get confused. And then I get confused. Delicious drink. Delicious drink. Looks like Uma Prep is doing pretty well in the race, which is pretty funny considering it's about horses. Let's see. I could do horseshoe tapping. I could do yeah. Okay. I have the vibe. I guess that would make me a trainer in this scenario. Understated cat behavior, refusing to leave your room and hiding in whatever space they can find. Yeah, that's real. Rav is currently in his baby shelf. He's in his baby shelf. God, I wanna go to an actual horse race. I really do. I could just cast a vote. I could just cast a vote and tie break, or I don't need to. Oh wow, look at that. But I genuinely do think that Uma Musume has put me into a horse race phase. I do think that's happened. I do think that is an event that has occurred. Is I'm now a horse girl. I like horse racing. I like horses. Just real horse racing. Not even just in the game. I like horse. I really like horse. I got really invested in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe last year. I got really invested in that. Okay. They are. I got to meet their parents' horse. I did. His name is Bud. That's not his show name. He has like a special show name that I'm not gonna say because it would slightly dox my partner's parents, I guess, technically in a way. But everyone calls him Bud, and he's so sweet. He's so sweet. When I met him, he was recovering from like a dental thing because he had tooth issues that were making it hard for him to eat. So he was getting really skinny. But they took care of him. And so he was gaining weight again, but he was a very skinny horse at the time. And I got to lead him around and stuff, and like I never done that before, right? And he was so incredibly well behaved, right? Because he's a show horse. That is what he is. He's a show horse with a pretty impressive pedigree, all things considered. And he was very well trained. And he like you would grab his like lead and start walking, and he would have his like eye like locked on you. He would be staring at you so hard and paying so close attention to exactly where you're moving and exactly what you're doing, so that he follows like nothing, right? It's so cool. It was so cool. And I got to brush him and I got to feed him snacks. He was a buddy. His name is Bud Bud, and it makes sense because he's a bud. What a guy. What a guy. Anyways, ASMR. We're here today for ASMR. So, you're all gonna be a horse. Congratulations. You're a horse now. I have assigned you this role. By which I mean the poll has. So now I need to get the requisite ASMR triggers prepped, okay? Thinking we can do a little bit of hair brushing, that works. I have a paper right here. That's a plan. That's good. Just gonna grab a couple more things. I'm so fascinated by what I'm doing, Rav. Okay, Mermo, I'll dink my order. Give me just one moment. Just one moment. Okay, you know what? This will work for metal sounds. Right? If I just go... Ooh, a little bit loud. There we go. There we go. All right. Rav, we have to support our trainee, okay? We worked hard to get here. We worked hard to get here. All right. Do y'all want to come up with a name for your Umasona? Here for chat's collective Umasona. So I have something to call you. He is here for moral support. Conglomerate Light, Sugar Bead, John Horse, Flawless Horse. See, then I'd be calling you Flawless though. That's my name. Mini Princess the Fourth, Swine Flyer. Swine Flyer. Hog Wrangler. Yeah, you know, I don't know if I feel like we're fixating a little bit hard on the hog concept. Wilting Wisp is cute. Wilting Wisp is very cute. Nope, we're not doing that one, Righteous Nighteous. Wilting Wisp? Wilting Wisp? I'm thinking Wilting Wisp. We've had a couple people support that idea. No, we're not doing that bit today. You're a horse girl. For any non-girls in the chat, you're being temporarily assigned girl for the sake of horse. Alright? I'm horse femming all of chat now. Congratulations on becoming horse. Congratulations on becoming horse. Congratulations on becoming girl. This is a horse fem stream. This is a horse fem stream. Here we are. Okay. Okay. Wilting Wisp. Works for me. Let me Do you want this to be a debut race? Or are we thinking it's like a big like G1 race? Or like what's the vibe? What's the vibe? You're thinking debut? Okay, 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 okay. Works for me, works for me. Just gotta pull up an image. Here we go, save image. Yeah, sure. Okay, okay. Bam. Hello everyone. Welcome to Tokyo Racecourse. Welcome to Tokyo Racecourse. We made it. We're here. Hi, Glass PNG. Hi. Congratulations on becoming Horse Girl. Congratulations. Just like the anime. Whoa. Whoa. I should have pulled up Kasamatsu Racecourse. You can be from the boonies, like Ogre Cap. Alright. Alright. Here we go. I gotta lock in. Get into character. Yeah, they did do that. They did make a real animal based off of Uma's. Okay. We ready? I'm locking in. Hey Wisp, how are you feeling today? You feel ready? Hopefully? I know that, this might be, yeah, a little bit nerve-wracking, but listen, okay? You've been working really, really hard. You've been training harder than anyone, okay? And I am completely confident that you can do this. I know there's a lot of people. I know, Wisp. Listen, okay? You've been kicking ass in training, alright? You are not running like a junior year Uma, okay? Not that I'd ever do this to you, but like, you could get thrown into the classics right now, and I think you'd handle it. Okay? I promise you, you're more capable than you think. You're not gonna trip, okay? And even if you do, what matters is that you're giving it your all, right? Your debut isn't the only race you're gonna run. And while I really do want you to do your best, the fact is, there will be other races, okay? There will be other races. And I'm fully confident in your ability to win this one, okay? You can do this. I'm gonna... Let's go somewhere a little more private, okay? We can head to one of the prep rooms. Okay? I am going to make sure you're all... Sorry about that. I'm gonna make sure you're all prepped, okay? that everything is perfect. So all you need to worry about, all you need to think about, is how you're going to run this race. Okay? Let me just tighten your cleats. Make sure they're nice and on there, okay? Did you know? This is true. This is true. Back when Ogre Cap was running in the regionals, she lost her debut race. Ogre Cap. You know, the ashen beast from the countryside, who took the national stage by storm and overcame Tamamo Cross in the Arimakinen. She lost her debut. She did. She actually had a little malfunction with her cleats. The metal fell off. It's true. It's true. But even then, you'd think that a racer who would eventually become someone of her caliber wouldn't have had any trouble at all in the regionals, even with a wardrobe malfunction like that. But she did. She lost that race. And she lost her first race against Tamamo Cross. And her second. That is not what I'm saying at all. Alright, Wisp? What I'm telling you, Wispy, is that you don't need to worry so much about what if you fail. Because everyone's failed. Even Simbly Rudolph has lost races. Simbly Rudolph, who went completely undefeated until her Triple Crown win. She still lost later on. She doesn't have a perfect record anymore. What if you get hurt? That's something that's always got to be on your mind, doesn't it? I mean, when you can run as fast as you can, a fall can be pretty dangerous, yeah. I'm a very well-educated trainer. Well, I would hope any qualified national trainer would be. I try. Injury is always a risk. It's that way for any athlete, in any sport. But what we can do is we can minimize those risks. And that's exactly what we've done. You know your strategy. You have good running form. You know your limits. Okay? I trust you. We've worked hard. Of course, I trust you. Did I bet on you winning? Trainers aren't allowed to. If you win, I'll get a cut. That's how it works. If you're asking whether I'm sure you're gonna win, I'm pretty damn sure. I'm pretty confident in you. Okay? I have faith in you, Wispy. I really do. Alright. That should be all set on that. Now, I know that you like getting your hair brushed. I know you find it relaxing, so out of character, that is correct. Question mark. In universe, there is no betting. It is not a thing. They simply enjoy the sport. Oh. You clearly had a stressful night and a stressful morning. This hair is tangled as hell. That's alright. That's what I'm here for, okay? No matter how this plays out, okay? I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you. Because you worked hard to get here. And I can't imagine how scary it must be to go out in front of all those people and run your heart out. But you're doing it. You've committed and you're doing it. Okay? And I think that's something to be proud of. Being brave is something to be proud of. Okay. So, let's get your hair tied back, alright? Well, if you weren't anxious, that would just mean you don't care. Clearly, you do care. I think that's good. I do. All right. So, let's talk strategy, shall we? Your debut race is going to be run right-handed, 2,000 meters, okay? You are going to be running against you're going to be running against 11 other racers, all right? 11 other Umas. And you've been given gate 7. Right in the middle, okay? What if they're better? Then we'll just have to be smarter. That is exactly what I'm here for. At 2,000 meters, this is considered a medium length race, which should be pretty well within your comfort. I know you were planning on focusing on being a stayer and running longer distances, So you should have plenty of stamina to spare for this, right? Because one day, you and we're gonna head to the Spring Tenno show. This is the start. This is the first step. We'll get you there. 3,000 meters? No problem. 2,000 meters? It's nothing, right? It's a light little weekend jog for you. So, you have the stamina, which means front running could be an option for you. You have the stamina, but in terms of speed and power, the others are probably going to be similar. Equally capable of running at speed and increasing speed. I'm going to suggest for this race, given the circumstances, that you try front running, okay? So here's the plan. As gate number 7, you are about in the middle of the pack. Alright? That's where you're going to be starting. Now, that's not a bad position for a front runner. Too far outside and you'd have a lot of extra distance to cover. Too far inside, and there's some concern about being boxed in early. In this position, ideally, what I'm gonna ask you to try and do, alright? is I want you to push really, really hard right off the bat. Try and push right up into that lead, okay? And then once you have, you are going to curve. As you hit that first corner, you're going to curve inwards towards the inside, all right? And I want you to hug that inside wall, okay? Once you're hugging that wall, you stay there, because every inch you go further from that rail is extra distance you're running in total, okay? Once you get there, try your best to keep your lead, but see if you can drop the pace just a little bit. Alright? You want to take the lead and keep the lead, but don't exhaust yourself. Then, Wispy, right as you're rounding the last corner, right as you are rounding the last corner, I want you to pour on everything you have, okay? Everything you've got left. As a stayer, running in a race that's shorter distance, there is some concern that the other racers might try and push up on you in this last corner. So you gotta give it everything you have. And you need to make sure you're in the lead at the end there, okay? By the time you get to that last corner, you need to be in the lead. Do you think you can do that? I know you prefer to hang back. I know that's your usual strategy, but I do think this method is going to work best here. I have complete faith in you. Alright? Any questions, Wispy? Anything you want to know, I will gladly answer to the best of my ability, alright? I want to give you every possible advantage in this race. I want this to be a site of absolute domination for you, and I think you can make it happen. I really do. Will I come watch the concert if you win? Of course I will. I'd be a pretty shitty trainer if I didn't. Okay, I don't need that sass, Wispy. Front running is still a strategy. It still requires thought, and it's not something you should do without a strategy in mind. Alright? You need to manage your pace properly. As the front runner, you're setting the pace for the entire pack, right? And that means that you get to dictate how everyone manages their stamina. If you start pushing ahead too much, they're going to start pushing ahead too. But if you exhaust yourself trying to do that, then you're just going to fall behind later on. Okay? You're smart. You're really, really smart. You know what you're doing. You can do this, okay? I promise you, Wispy. You've been training, you've been studying. You know what you're doing. Alright? Any other questions? Any real questions that aren't just needless sass for your exhausted trainer? There's a lot of paperwork involved in signing you up for these races, just so you know. I was pulling some all-nighters. What if you start feeling exhausted? Well, given your stamina, I don't think that's a likely possibility. But if it does, again, as the front runner, you're managing the pace. You're setting it for everyone, okay? If you think you can drop pace without losing your position, then go for that. What if the weather changes the track? Well, forecast today doesn't seem to suggest that's a likelihood. We have a nice, firm course, alright? It's exactly what you're comfortable with. Will we get ice cream if you win? If that's what you want as your victory feast, absolutely we can get ice cream. Okay, Wispy. That, I think, is all. You should probably start heading to the prep area. I'll be in the stands and I'll be watching the whole time, okay? I promise. Sorry, Rav is trying to dig through paper. Sir, that's not gonna work. He's very stupid. Rav, do you have any advice for our trainee? Another smooch for the boy. Buddy. You wanna come here? Come here. Alright. He's here to wish you good luck. He's here to wish you good luck. Alright? He believes in you. He believes in you. We both do. You got this. You've got this. And scene. That was fun. That was cute. I miss doing Uma ASMR. I should do more. I should do more horse ASMR. The horse girls. They're always in my brain. Oh, hello, Madam Yan. Welcome to the forest. That was adorable. I love Ogre Cap, by the way. Gotta be one of my favorite Umas. Big fan. Cinderella Grey is always on my mind. You think horse girls belong on the track, not in your brain? Why not both? The cap is beautiful. The cap is beautiful and amazing. Real horse Ogre Cap, just as a little fun fact for you, was born incredibly weak. That's a true fact. With, you do need to watch Cinderella Grey. It's fucking amazing. The real Ogre Cap, when he was born, could not stand, fully. Like, was incapable of standing. And for a horse, without human intervention, that's basically a death sentence. Because a horse needs to be able to stand up to get milk from its mother. And so the real life Ogre Cap could not be fed by his mother very easily. So he was constantly hungry, right? This is why Ogre Cap in game is known for eating a lot, actually. Because what happened with the real Ogre Cap is his owners did their best, right? Not sure exactly how it was, whether it was bottle feeding or helping him stand manually so he could drink. But it clearly wasn't enough for the Cap, because that horse ate everything. Random grass and weeds down the gullet. The hay used for his bedding in his mouth now. He ate everything to the point where he developed, like, gut bacteria that other horses didn't have, so he could digest things that other horses couldn't. Yeah. Exactly that, Weebo. And so that's why Ogre in-game is known for eating a lot, actually. Because that was the thing with a real horse, and that's part of why I love Uma Musume so much, because they put so much time and effort into portraying them in a very similar light to the real horses they're based off of. And I think a fundamental truth is that when you map horse behavior onto humanoid people, you have an immediate recipe for incredibly autistic characters, which I do love so much. But Ogre Cap, fucking incredible horse, incredible character as an Uma, really, really great. I'm a huge fan. And yeah, Ogre was referred to as the Ashen Beast. They used the word kaibutsu to describe him, which means beast, means monster. It was very, very well known at the time, because horse racing enthusiasts are very superstitious in general. And it was a long-held superstition that horses with gray fur were not strong runners, would not succeed, would not win, right? And that's what's really special about Ogre Cap and Tamamo Cross, right? Is they were two ashen horses, two gray horses running at the same time, who both did really incredible things, right? Ogre had a very long graded win streak upon entering the national stage, and the eventual victory at like the Ari Makinen was fucking incredible, right? Tamamo as well really struggled at first, had an injury early in his career, and then eventually kind of fell into a groove and became also an incredible, effective racer. Who won G1 after G1 after G1 until eventually losing to, well, to a couple horses in the fall G1s. But it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. And I just think it's neat. I just think they're neat. My favorite Uma media, because there's a lot of it out there at this point, would probably be at number 1. I would put season 2 of the mainline show. At number 2, I would put Beginning of a New Era, and then at number 3, I would put Cinderella Grey. But it's a tight race between the 3 of those things. They're all fucking amazing. Highly recommend. Thanks for letting me yap today. We're only ending slightly early because I had to yap too much. But I really enjoyed getting to do a silly little Uma roleplay with you all. I enjoyed getting to talk about Zenless with you all and getting to talk about Uma. That makes me happy. Alright, I'll dink my oiter. We are ending stream. I will dink my oiter first. Oh, yummy. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy. So, how about we go ahead and raid out, shall we? Let's go ahead and raid out and find someone to pay a visit to. Whoa, that's like a dog. That's like a dog girl. Whoa. I have no idea who this is. I have no idea what her vibes are, but I see dog girl. There's a dog girl doing ASMR right now. Do you want to pay a visit to the dog? Do you want to see the dog? Alright, let's go visit dog. Again, I've never watched this person's streams before. I have no idea what the vibe is gonna be. Maybe not actually. Maybe not. I click it? Maybe not. Maybe not. Not my vibe, I don't think. Not my vibe. This, however, do we seriously have cat cam? Is that... Oh, those are adorable nails as well. And there is in fact cat cam. Yeah, that dog girl did not give me the right vibes. Just not for me. Not for me. Let's go pay a visit here, okay? Oh boy. Let's go. Let's go. This seems like some pretty cozy ASMR, so should be fun. I need to get a 3DO myself. Oh, I do. Before we go, I have a throne that is publicly visible now on my Twitch page. You should be able to look at a panel thing that has the wish list on it. One of the things on there is like crowdfunding a 3DO mic or like a new ring light and that sort of thing. So, uh, tiny shout out to my throne page that you can now visit. Anyways, goodbye. Goodbye.